Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video, we will see what is update management in Azure. Well, this will be a short, brief theory video making you familiar with what actually is update management. And in the coming videos, we'll see how to enable update management onto the virtual machine through runbook, through portal, through automation account. Okay, so mostly we can use update management in Azure Automation to manage operating system updates for our Windows and Linux machines in Azure. You can use it for on-premise environments as well, and you can use it for other cloud environments also. We can quickly assess the status of available updates on all agent machines and manage the process of installing required updates for servers. And as I told you, we can enable update management for VMs using Azure Automation Account. We can enable update management manually for non-Azure machines. We can enable update management for a single Azure VM in the portal as well. It can be a Windows, it can be a Linux machine. And to enable update management for multiple Azure VMs by selecting them from the virtual machine page in the Azure portal. So if you would go under the virtual machines section onto the Azure portal, you can select the virtual machines for which you want to enable update management, and then you can do it on the fly for more than one virtual machine. We also have a resource management template available to help us deploy the update management to a new or existing automation account and log analytic workspace, because you would need a log analytic workspace as well when you enable update management. So how would update management work? So machines that are managed by update management would use the configuration to perform assessment and update deployment. So let's say if I'm managing three or more virtual machines using update management, they would have to perform the assessment and then the deployment. So there would be a log analytics agent for a Windows or a Linux machine. There would be a PowerShell desired state configuration for Linux. You can also have automation hybrid runbook worker. You can Microsoft Update or WSUS, that is Windows Server Update Server for Windows machines. So update management can be used to natively deploy machines in multiple subscriptions in the same tenant. So let's say after a package is released, it takes 2 to 3 hours for the patch to show up for Linux machines. For Windows machines, it will take up to 12 to 15 hours after that the patch has been released by Microsoft. So in addition to the scan schedule, the scan for update compliance is started within 15 minutes of the log analytics agent being restarted before update installation and the update installation and at the after update installation. So update management reports how up to date the machine is based on what source we have configured to sync with. If the Windows machine is configured to report to WSUS, depending upon when WSUS last synced with Microsoft Update, the results might differ from what Microsoft Update shows. And we can deploy and install software updates on machines that require the updates by creating a scheduled deployment. Updates classified as optional are not included in the deployment scope for Windows machines. Only required updates are included in the deployment scope. And if you would know that it is because of the scheduled deployment that would define which target machines receive the applicable updates, and the scheduled deployment will do it either by explicitly specifying certain machines or by selecting a computer group. So if I want to schedule the deployment on a number of virtual machines, I would make a computer group based on the log searches and then would enable the scheduled deployment on that particular computer group. Or I can use an Azure query that would dynamically select virtual machine based on the specified criteria. It can be an OS, it can be the particular resource group that the machine is present in. So while defining a deployment, I would have to also specify a schedule to approve and set a time period during which updates can be installed. The period is called the maintenance window. So the people who have done patching through WSUS or SCCM will be able to relate the updates management in detail, that the terminologies that I'm referring here. So we can define a maintenance window. Let's say a 20-minute span of the maintenance window is reserved for reboots, assuming one is needed, and we selected the appropriate reboot option. Let's say my patches have taken more than 20 minutes, more than the time I specified for the maintenance window. The reboot would not occur. Updates are installed by runbooks in Azure Automation. We cannot view these runbooks and they don't require any configuration. When an update deployment is created, it creates a schedule that starts a master update runbook at the specified time for the included machines. The master runbook starts a child runbook on each agent to install the required updates. At the date and time specified in the update deployment, the target machine execute the deployment in parallel. Before installation, a scan is run to verify that the updates are still required. And if you would talk about the supported operating system, it has Windows Server 2019, 2016, 2012 R2, Windows Server 2012 as well, Windows Server 2008 R2 SP1 standard. It for the Linux, it has CentOS 6 and 7, Red Hat Enterprise 6, SUSE Linux Enterprise Server, Ubuntu 14.04, 16.04, and it does not support Windows 7 and Windows 10. Windows Server 2016 Nano Server, it would not support the nodes that are part of your AKS cluster. So in the coming videos, I will show you how to configure this, enable the update on your Azure VMs. Using the template portal and from within the Azure VM, from the automation account and from a runbook. So there would be 3 to 4 videos in terms of configuring the update management. Stay tuned, and if you have any queries, please mention them in the comment section. Till next time, have a good day ahead.